Manchester. I am Daniel Mowery. I am filling in for the one and only great Crissy Kantor, who was here with us on Zoom, and we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. I am the host for Community Connections, and Crissy's show is a lot different than our show on Community Connection. So, and Crissy, welcome.
Good morning, Daniel. Thank you for being our host of the Chill and Heal show. I'm so grateful. This is awesome. You know, to me, when I started the show, it's all about connecting and fueling everyone with goodness. And sometimes we have to talk about the tough subjects. And the truth sometimes hurts. You know, it hurts feelings, but really, it's really about lifting people up. That's what it's really about, you know, is lifting people up, sharing the truth. And that is, you know what, as a spa owner, as a hairdresser, as a mom, as a grandmother, we care so deeply. And sometimes we just feel so frustrated. We have to start taking action. And that's what I did is I started the Chill and Heal show, you know, to connect with more people. And that's why I started running. I ran for Alderman. Because I wanted to make a difference. And here, I didn't want to be just a complainer. I wanted to get involved. And for me, it's like you stepping up for our community, bringing us together all the time for all of these great community events. It's really, that's what it's really about, is going, hey, let's all get together and enjoy each other, you know? And we can agree to disagree. But bottom line is the truth has to prevail, and that is part of why I'm running for mayor, is because I care so much, and I really believe when we keep promises, when we make promises, we have to keep them. And so I know we're going to go over a bunch of things. We were actually not even going to have a show this week because I'm in Costa Rica. I have a little getaway. I'm staying at my dear friend's beautiful place in Costa Rica where I learned how to fascia blast. And we are fascia blasting, and we love Ashley Black and fascia. There's so much about fascia. We're not going to be talking about fascia today, but I just wanted to share why I was in Costa Rica, because everyone needs to take a little break, rejuvenate, and come back stronger. And for me, it's about education too. I always want to learn more. So I am going to be having a couple fascia blasting sessions myself with my good friend Cindy, who was one of my trainers. So there's so many good things. But I want to say thank you, Daniel, for coming in, because I know how busy you are. You're an entrepreneur, community leader. And thank you for taking the time to do this show, because I felt it was so important with everything that's happening in Manchester, from our last Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting and till our next Board of Mayor and Alderman, which is May 6th. And it's really, to me, I asked some simple questions. And so let's talk about why we had to have a show today. It is because we need to set the truth free. And I know Brendan has a clip of me questioning Dr. Jen Shamil, the superintendent of Manchester, on some simple questions. We should know how our money is spent. We should know what the curriculum is in the schools. And I know that, anyways, the video will tell all.
Just wondering,
so
no, thank you. I was just wondering about the $6.5 million extra last year.
The additional adequacy?
Yes.
Do you want to talk about the adequacy from last year?
What exactly is the question?
Is, what did you use it for? The $6.5 million?
I don't have the list. We brought that back. We brought that before all of you last year. Some of it was one-time spending for the build-out of athletics.
Yeah, then we had, we put, I think it was additional $3 million into our professional services line for our student services. Special education costs were going up. And then $2 million into, I think it was transportation.
And then
specialized transportation.
And athletics.
Yep.
Any positions created?
No, we were looking at building more foundational with those funds last year.
All right, the other thing is, I'm definitely with Alderman Lavasser about if you're saving millions of dollars, how could you be charging the high school students? That absolutely is insane.
Sure.
It makes no sense to me. The other question is, have you looked at your DEI policies, and do they align with the current presidential executive orders?
So we have, and we've gone through all of our policies, and right now we are consistent with the language.
Consistent with the language, but how about the position and what they're actually
We
doing?
don't have that position right now.
Excuse me?
We do not have that position right now. We do not have a DEI, chief of DEI.
Oh, there's no one?
Correct.
And there's no policies?
We have all of our policies, which we are continuing to go through and making sure they are consistent with language that's come in. I'll give one example. Title IX had a major renovation that needed to go back to the 2017 rules. The team's been working to make sure we have that ready to go.
Okay, because my concern is the federal funding impact it would do to the schools, and that would not be good for us.
Correct. We're working with our legal team on that at this point in time.
Okay, and the other thing is, you do have the transgender and gender non-conforming policy. I have it right before me. Has that changed?
So that's with our legal team right now.
Okay. And another question is, how much money have you spent on the actual lawsuit with Jane Doe versus Manchester School District?
I don't have that information with me. If that's a piece of information that's not pertinent to what we're doing tonight, we can certainly get that to the board.
It is part of your budget, right?
We would have to suss it out through our legal bills and find that exact line amount. We don't have that with us this evening.
Okay, I think it's really important how much you're spending on legal fees when it's against parental rights. People need to know.
So,
Thank you.
so we have our next Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting is May 6th. What would be helpful for you as you are going through the hiring?
So what did you think of that, Daniel?
I saw it, you sent it to me, plus I saw it. And the thing is, the school board, okay, needs to come prepared. They need to know, because they're under scrutiny right now. This whole Title IX, this whole DEI stuff, it was supposed to be stopped. And the thing is, these people need to realize when they come to a Board of Alder meeting, okay, they need to be prepared, okay? This is why our school is in the disarray it is. I mean, our education, our student population is decreasing. Our Catholic schools, our charter schools, our private schools are packed because parents are taking their kids out of the public school and putting them in private school because parents trust the private schools and because teachers in private schools make less money. Private schools' budgets are less. Why is it the city is paying all this money for the high school or our school district when our student population is decreasing? Okay, and we have people moving out of the city, and people in your ward, my ward, we have houses up for sale. As soon as they're sold, you go buy the house 2 days later. They're all Massachusetts cars. Why are we running people out? Only ones that can afford to live in the city anymore are people from Massachusetts. You know?
I didn't even think about that point of view. But you're 100% right with not being prepared. They should totally be coming prepared on how they spend their money. The fact that, their policies, I mean, boys should not be competing in girls' sports.
No.
That should be clear, We should not be keeping anything from parents at all. If there's a problem, if there's a problem and you're concerned about a student, you don't keep that from the parents. If you're concerned about the parents, then you have to go to the officials. Go and say, hey, why you're concerned. But you don't keep anything from the parents. And there was a Jane Doe in Manchester, and that's what I was asking is, how much money did you fight against this parental rights? We should know how much they're spending on our money, how much money we're spending.
And the thing is how many people in the city know about this lawsuit?
Not many.
Because the press doesn't care, does not cover anything that is against the school districts. Okay, it's always about going after the conservatives, okay? And I
Yeah.
see this all the time. You know, you and, what's her name, Camille Caffrey?
Camille Craffy, who
Cra-
gave, wrote up an unbelievable email calling everything out, sharing everything. Now it's really, now it's coming out, you know? But a lot of people are saying, they reach out to me, I hope this isn't happening in our schools. I'm like, it's happening in our schools. There was a lawsuit. I don't know exactly where that stands, but the fact that the school department chose to fight that and spend how much money, and how much money are they spending to fight against President Trump's presidential elected executive orders? That's another question, because I had heard a rumor that they were lining up with Maine. So I don't know if they use the same lawyers. I don't know exactly. But this is important to ask questions. We've got to ask our elected officials, our department heads questions. And when they don't have the answers, they need to find the answers. But bottom line is, she had an answer. So, Brendan, can you show the clip? There's the before and after.
Oh.
When I asked,
Oh, you
when I
only
asked-
sent him one clip.
it was in the email. It's a picture of the DEI position, the before, and then after I asked questions, he had a new title. So, sorry, Brendan, I sent it to you last minute. But we'll have to post it on this Facebook.
Yeah.
But basically, after I asked the question, do you have any DEI policies? I don't remember exactly how I said it, but, do they align with President Trump's elected executive orders? And she said that they aligned. Well, that is not the truth. So what is that? When it's not the truth, it's a lie.
And the
And
thing
the fact that she went, or whoever, because she is in charge, Jen Shamil is in charge, it was changed from the April 15th Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting. It was diversity, equity, and inclusion, like director, and then it changed to something else. So within 5 days. So you're caught red-handed, but we already know. I had already gotten an anonymous phone call from a teacher, a concerned citizen, and a teacher that's tired. And there's a lot more that are out there that are tired. They don't want these DEI, CRT trainings. This divides us. We should not be judging each other by the color of our skin at all. We should be lifting each other up. So this is against Dr. Martin Luther King's dream. We need to be, honoring each other.
It's true. It's true. And the thing is this, this whole separation, putting people in groups. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Oh, the insanity of that.
Oh, the insanity is driving me crazy, because everyone knows,
Yeah.
I'm gay, but I don't want to be in a group. I am a male.
You're Daniel.
I'm Daniel, and let me tell you, because I'm on your show, I will get backlash. I will get backlash from people that are sitting in their homes, whatever, not working and being helped out by a person who's been trying to run for office and keeps on losing, and she keeps on feeding her all this information so she looks like she's educated. But anyways, it's just, I'm so tired of everyone have to be in groups, okay? And this whole transgender thing, it just drives me crazy. It drives me crazy because God made man, God made woman. First he made man, then he took the rib out of the guy and made a woman. Okay? Come on, get over it. And what is it? The last 4 years, this whole transgender thing has bloomed up. It's exploded. It's like you don't know who to say what to, and you don't dare, because you're going to be called a racist or a homophobe or something like that. And I've been called a homophobe. It's like, really? Are you that nuts? But anyways.
It's possible.
This is why I'm on your show, because we don't do this on my show. So.
Because we can talk about the whole truth and nothing but the whole truth. Nothing but the whole truth.
Yeah.
Not the truth.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know. But the
still,
thing,
I'm on too.
and about holding people accountable, okay? And, you know, I sent you the thing, in Ward 6, we want to have a community watch meeting. And I've reached out to a couple of people and I haven't got any answers. The thing is, you know, we know the police department is, you know, busy, okay? I'm coming down Valley Street this morning, okay, here to the studio, and I'm looking right in front of, is it Gill Stadium? Is that the one?
Yep.
Okay. There's some guy literally standing up, slumped over at 9:15 in the morning, stoned out of his gourd, 300 feet from the police department. Okay, and in our neighborhood, we have people flying through from Mammoth Road to Candia Road, flying through, running through stop signs, and we can't even get an officer to do patrol because they're so busy.
Yeah,
we need to
they're
hold.
so-
We need to hold the city accountable. All that
We
money,
do.
all that money that we're spending on the school district, which was when enrollment is dropping, we're putting in more money. We need more police officers, and police officers are afraid to work because they're afraid they're going to get hurt or sued. You know?
Well, we can't live in fear. We can't worry about being sued. It gets us nowhere. We need to stand up and fight. And you know what? I want to share this. Lee Dundas, check her out. She is an all-American woman. She is a lawyer. Her book is called Just Stand Up, and she helped fight. You remember when they shut down Canada with the truck drivers?
Oh yes.
She's been on the front lines, and she talks about, you know, we just got to stand up. We can't wait. We've got to fight now. And that is why, you know, we are standing up. That's why I'm running for mayor, because we can't stand silent. Being silent is a killer. You know, what happened to all the Jews when we stayed silent, when people stayed silent?
They got
during
gassed.
that time,
Yeah.
you know?
And go back to your thing when you said we need to fight, okay? And we don't mean by going out with ammo or anything like this. Fighting means standing up to the city council, standing up to the school boards and the mayor and the alderman. And Crissy knows I go after her, not after her. I will say, hey, Crissy, what the heck? Come on. You know, this is what needs to be done. You need to speak up. And if you're going to sit in your house, at home, on your computer, complaining about an alderman who's trying to stand up for the kids, you need to get off your duff and come to city council and show your face and ask people questions. And don't put in the local newspaper of a photo of you 20 years ago when there's older photos of you posted around the internet.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Derail.
Sorry, I had to.
That's all right.
She,
You know what?
she attacked you again.
Yeah, you know what? It doesn't bother me. It doesn't faze me. Someone can call me a thief. I know who I am. I've never stolen a pack of gum in my life. For those that want to talk negative, so be it. I don't care. I am gonna do what I'm called to do, and that's stand up and speak up. Period. We cannot be silent.
No,
you
we
know,
can't.
When you call people out and we're like, hey, you know, what's up with this? You keep spending more money, you know, and taxes are rising. We actually common sense conservatives ran on not increasing taxes. Well, that's what our mayor did. He increased our taxes last time. And he came forward with another budget that there's another increase. We cannot, if anything, we have to cut taxes. And besides the wasteful spending, like, let's face it, we really need to doge Manchester. We found out that there are DEI policies. How much are they spending on all that training? All right, so let's go back to the teacher that left me an amazing, courageous voicemail. I will share it, but I'm gonna cover up her voice.
Yeah, you gotta, whatever.
It was
yeah.
May 17th, they had training, and.
You mean April 17th?
Yeah, March 17th,
Oh.
they had some training, and, you know, it's a waste of time, it divides us all up, and it's not healthy. Diversity, we are a city of beautiful diversity. We don't need to be cut up in categories. We need to be standing up for the truth.
everyone matters, period. All colors matter. Everyone matters. That's where I stand. I'm Mexican, I'm Spanish, I'm Canadian French. I was raised Jewish. I love Jesus.
Amen, sister.
I'm an all-American girl, and I'm just standing up for all of us, you
Yeah.
know? No, but I appreciate you holding us accountable. So I did not vote for the mayor's budget last year. Loud and clear. I do not believe in raising taxes. I believe we need to be smarter with our money. And right now, the school district is out of control. It needs to turn into a department, period. We should be able to go item by item and go, all right, well, how are you spending your money? Oh, you're not spending it on the classrooms and the children. You're going to spend it on, you know, insanity of training for teachers and this training they didn't want any of the parents to know about. So that was leaked. So thank you for the courageous whistleblowers and the people that are speaking up, Camille Craffey and all the anonymous phone calls that I get. We've got to come together and speak up. We do need to pull back the curtain. Keep going.
Okay,
Sorry.
and this is the same, we're talking about saving money and things like this. I sent you my electric bill for my office.
Yes.
Okay, I'm at 1600 Candia Road. Okay, I probably have 1500 square foot. Okay, I'm hardly in it because I do a lot of classes outside. My electric bill from Eversource, my usage was $56.16. Okay, that's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
The delivery charge, honest to God, and I will show it next week on the thing. My delivery charge to have electricity brought to my office was $386.64. How is it the delivery charge is 7 times higher than the usage? And this is what I've been fighting since November. I get no help from the state. Eversource says it's because it's on demand. Okay, on demand. Our home electric, we use more electricity at home and our bill's less. And our sewer rates keep on going up every time. We have people,
It's going to keep going up. I voted against that.
and
Even though we have to fix let's ask some tough questions. When it comes down, if our sewer systems are the problem, why didn't we spend that money, all that COVID insanity money, on something that really matters, and the sewer systems?
that's very healthy to our city.
Yes, and if our sewer systems aren't good right now, and it's all going on the taxpayers, then
5 minutes.
why are we still building?
Yeah, that's the thing is.
So this is the thing is, I'm not saying we shouldn't be building. I'm saying, why haven't we taken care of the problems that we're facing a long time ago? You know, under Joyce Craig, they should have taken care of it. Even under, you know, so I did not vote that it should be. For me, we need to fix the problem, but it shouldn't go on the taxpayers.
Right.
So,
And the thing is, I have a neighbor who's lived in our neighborhood. She's, I think, in her 70s, something like that. It's so expensive for her house. She's selling her house, moving in with her daughter. Okay?
Yeah.
We have so many people that are leaving our neighborhood because they can't afford the taxes. And our roads are awful. Yeah,
Our roads are awful.
Our Department of Public Works does a great job. And we help them out in our neighborhood by doing the fire hydrants and things like that. You know, but the thing is, our roads are awful. Candia Road was done 7 years ago. And what crap are they using? You know, we're wasting all this money. And our kids can't even write. They can't even do cursive writing.
I know. I did hear some good news.
Oh.
I spoke to a couple teachers, and they are teaching cursive, at least in their classrooms. So amen to that.
Amen.
These are the things that are really, really important. Is we need to know what's going on in the classroom. We need to get back to the basics. That is so critical. And if we get back to the basics, you know, I don't understand why they keep trying to, we have this new program, new curriculum. No. We just need to go back to the basics because it works. I mean, I went through the Manchester Public Schools system from Beach Street to Webster to Hillside to Central My girls went there, except my youngest ended up not going to Central, and she went to Pinkerton. And I can't blame her for
Yeah.
wanting to move.
Okay, we're coming down to the wire again. 30 minutes is not long enough. So,
How many minutes do we have?
we have 3 minutes according to Brendan. So you need to wrap up, and I need to do the last 1 minute if you don't mind.
I don't mind. I don't mind.
Since that's my payment for being on your show.
I love you.
I love you too.
Appreciate you. Hey, it's so important to chill and heal our community. We've got to come together for the truth. We've got to speak up. It's so important that we ask questions. Asking questions is so important. We've got to ask our questions, and then we've got to follow through. And we need more whistleblowers. We need to come out and stand up. And that is why I'm running for mayor. And you can check out my campaign at cantorformanchester.com. And I'm one of you. And let's heal our community, make tough decisions that are good for our community.
Okay,
And bring back the joy.
bring
Thank
joy.
you, Daniel.
Stay on, because I think we have probably a minute and a half, if not a minute.
I love it.
So, anyways, what you're doing is great for the city. What you do as an alderman is awesome, and you're running for mayor, which is great. And you speak up, and you get the answers. Again, we got to tell people that when you go to your aldermans, okay, your alderman is your go-to person between the citizens and the department heads in the city. Okay, Crissy can email all she wants to the department heads and say, hey, this needs to be done, this needs to be done. But again, if it's not in the budget, or they don't have the staff to do it, it's not going to get done. And sometimes things have to go through the channels to get everything done. So don't attack your alderman if you ask them to do something that doesn't get done. Okay, that's the thing. And by the way, we have our cups here. This is for our show on Community Connection. Brenda, can you zoom in? Look at that. Anyways, you can check these out on our Facebook page, Community Connection on Facebook, and we'll discuss all that. All the proceeds will go to the prostate cancer. Also, Crissy Kantor has a wrap up. Crissy Kantor showing the book up from Lee Dundas.
Lee Dundas. Yes. So I just want everyone to be brave, be kind, be you, be bold. We've got to stand up. Check her out. Just get involved. It's really important. Connect.
Okay, good. God bless you. God bless
bless
all
you.
you out there. And May 7th starts the conclave. We got to pray that the Holy Spirit comes down and gives us a conservative pope. Until next time, on the Chill and Hill Show, I am Daniel Mowery. I fill in for our amazing Crissy Kantor. Thank you, and God bless.